chase those consts through. Okay, so we've now got console human. That's because this method still exports a const. Oops, not quite that much. Eligible. Just chasing out some constant node variables. I can't really use const in the history generation because I use the humans as handles, unfortunately. I've got no easy way of looking up the human. I use the pointers as handles, I should say, which isn't very good practice. There are so many different ways that I would do this as I writing it from scratch. But I guess that shows how much you're improving, right? Okay. Okay. Humans are always const inside events. Yeah, but this is bogus anyway. I don't think I need this anymore. I don't need find spouse for year. Could potentially be useful, but I'm better off actually changing spouse to year spouse finder back to how it was before, and then just not using it here. Because now I'm always in the present day. What I was doing before is I was trying to retroactively generate people in the past, but that doesn't work with building relationships because their presence in the world will affect the world, and that's what you want to happen. So now I need to just do I need to find relationship target. So basically I want to do target another spouse. And that just works. Okay. Oh, even relationship target. Oh, target const. Oh. Why is that? Relationships are all stored in the system. Yeah, see, I've had problems with this before. I know this is a bit crap. Relationships shouldn't store things as constants because we commonly navigate the relationship graph in order to get people out of it, and then we want to modify them. But again, I mean, the relationship graph really should just store handles, and I have had a go at changing the code to do that, but it was actually in the end it didn't really add much value. I mean, it would be a better way of doing it to just store numbers or hashes for humans instead of the pointers themselves. But if we're going to store the pointers, we can't really store them const because we need, that's the only way of getting at the human. When I come to serialize, this is going to be a bit of a pain. But I have precedents for serializing graphs of pointers already, so I've got code to do that. Okay, the test passed, that's a good sign. Cool, so let's see if we can generate some history here. Just working through the process. Yay, one possible family. If I click choose, it vanishes, which is what I'm kind of expecting. Okay, so that means now what we were actually doing was that show human has now been extracted completely from the actual view history controller. That's worth a check-in. So add the message this time. No. Yes. Sort of. Important. Yes. 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 So this is just extracting the various different bits of code. Oh yes, show him I've moved from here to here. Yeah, that's fine. We moved it from there. Yeah, now we've got to play a record and just use a piece of code there. Correct. Yeah. 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 Okay. So there's a few changes in there. Yeah, I need to make that commit a little bit neater, I think. So yes, no, no, no. Split, yes, no, yes, no, no. Split, yes, no, no. Okay. This is just a rename. Okay, so this is more, yeah, bring it up to date. So extract, I'm extracting cool, that's better. Okay. Okay, so now I've extracted this method. I can now use it. So it probably belongs in something else. It's like it's the showing of a human on a GUI page. So it's like a human shower thing. I call that? Well, if in doubt, just call it the thing that you think it's called, which is a human shower. Actually, no, that's really crap. No. What about source GUI human display GUI view? Yes. Okay. Name it later. If in doubt, choose the name that's most obvious. Don't worry too much about it and figure it out later. Okay. Right, so I've got a human GUI view. In fact, I might just put that on struct. The only difference between structs and classes is that structs are public by default. This is going to be a static method anyway, rather like the spouse finder. Well, yeah, class. Okay, static show human. Right, to show human, there it is. It's that thing. Right, which means we need class human, class history. It's very important not to include files that you don't have to, because it just speeds up your build massively. Rockets, I think Rocket is in the pre-compiled header. We'll find out. Okay, so it's this piece of code that we need to grab. It's also a very long method, so it would be very nice to be able to split it up. That's because it's GUI code. I've left it quite long, kind of deliberately. Okay, source GUI human GUI view CPP. Okay, that's the code. So we're going to include human GUI view and namespace sol namespace GUI. Put those at the end. Save those a few files. Right, so now if we want to show a human, we're going to have to do human GUI view show human, and we're also going to have to include human GUI view here. Now that should now compile. Sorry, that was a bit quick. Welcome if you just joined me. Oh, let me just fix this first. Okay, yeah, this is because I don't have any stuff in the code. So I'll need history too, definitely. And I think the other stuff will be hopefully there from those two. So yes, welcome if you've just joined. I'm currently in the process of creating the player character generation screens. Child contact tag comes from Rocket Utils. So the idea is that now I've got history generating nicely, I am now creating humans, or creating a player from kind of embedded within that history. So I'm in the process of kind of showing that. Oh, ordered relationships. I wonder if that comes from view history controller. But it only comes from there. Which means, do I use it anywhere else? No, which means it can go in the top of human GUI view. Brilliant. And that means that this status value comparison also needs to come too. That's just a way of showing the relationships. People per page, orders per page. Those do belong in the history controller. So yeah, the idea is that the history generation will now stop just before you're born and ask you questions about what you want to do after that, and that will affect the history. Oh, I've just been told to keep an eye on the chat room. Sorry, it's hard to remember to do that. See what's going on. I do have the chat logs open. Let's see. Let's figure out what's going on. Okay, so apologies for not answering the chats. I'm going to try and get that up and running in a minute. Oh, I can't see old chat messages. That's rubbish. Really annoying. Okay, if you have questions or you want to say something again, then please say it again.